Hi, everyone. This is a really special interview that I'm doing with my beautiful friend, Suzanne Dwyer. Yes, another Suzanne and another redhead as well. Suzanne's in the US, and we have been working together now for, I think, it's be 12 months. And she has helped me so much with so many aspects of my business that I wanted to bring her on and share her with you all. So I'll hand it over to you, Suzanne, if you want to just introduce yourself and tell us what your little magic sauce is.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So yeah, my name is Suzanne Dwyer. As you can tell by the plaque behind me, my brand is the Brain Unf. So I am a business coach and strategist. I've been doing this now for the past 20 years. I work with coaches, I work with consultants, I also work with agency owners, and I help them realize their actual vision for their empire. So, I've been working with coaches for the past 12 years exclusively, where I've been really focused in on helping them figure out all the ins and outs of what it is that they truly want out of their business and out of their life when it comes down to for the most part, people are just like, oh, for my business, I just want all of these big things. I want all of these big things, but I just want to be able to afford to buy a new car. It's like, that's it. That's it. That's all you want. Like, really, it's like there's always something bigger. So I teach coaches that when you treat your business like a business, you actually build a legacy. And that's what I primarily focus on.
Perfect. Now, I just want you all to stay on to the end because Suzanne does have an amazing offer for you, and there will be a code word for you to drop in the comments so that she can reach out to you. But can you tell us what would you say is the biggest problem that people are doing in their business that's not moving them forward?
Oh, 100%. It's following what everybody else is doing. I know you talk about that a lot. Both of us talk about that a lot. But when you try to follow what everybody else is doing and you're not being unique, like it will literally pigeonhole you every time. When you're following these courses that are very rigid, that's like do these exact things, those are actually designed to only work for about 2% of the population, which is why you've seen like all these, big name people have their courses drop down to like next to nothing because they know that they don't work. So really it's about like, the more you focus on the lack of the things that you don't have and try to look at what other people do have and try to like mimic what they're doing, the less authentic you're being in yourself. So the number one problem is always going to be a lack of authenticity and a lack of clarity.
And that's something that I think why we get along so well is the authenticity. Like, and there's no holds barred. There's
Mhm.
always the truth. Um, being told with, hey, I think you shouldn't be doing this. This is not you. Or and I do the same for you back. So it works both ways. Um,
Yeah.
I've just lost what I was going to ask you. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Um, what's one thing that you could tell people that they do need to be doing?
They do need to start trusting themselves. So the number one problem that I see with coaches, consultants, agency owners, like the number one problem that I see with them consistently across the board is that they don't trust their intuition. So we all are intuitive. We all have different levels of intuition, but we're all intuitive. Everybody has that little voice, right? Sometimes it's the negative voice, sometimes it's the positive voice, but the gut feeling that you have around something is what you need to start trusting, right? When people would say to me, like, oh my God, like I met this guy and I had butterflies, I'm like, oh, run, run. Okay. That's your intuition warning you that that's not going to be a good situation. You need
Yeah.
to walk away. When you feel confident and comfortable around that person, that's the person you keep, right? So it's just the
Yeah.
same thing in trusting yourself. So people come up with these really great ideas, but they don't trust themselves enough to implement them, or they listen to somebody else who is, could be ego driven, or they could not be on the, like, looking out for the person's best interest. And they could be like, hey, you know what? I don't think that's gonna be the best thing for you because I'm jealous that you came up with that idea and I didn't, right?
Yeah.
So trust yourself, because the majority of like the ideas that I come up with, which I've come up with some outlandish ideas over the years, but they come through my intuition. Sometimes I get woken up at 2 or 3 in the morning and I get these massive downloads that I have like a notepad that I keep and I'll write it down really quick. And there's sometimes I'll get woken up so violently at 2 or 3 in the morning from it that it's like, no, go do something about this right now. And it's like, okay, I'm clearly not going back to sleep. Thanks, universe. Like, bitch, I love you, but like, let me sleep, right? So we have these visions in ourselves and these feelings within ourselves, and if we don't trust them, then we're missing out on the gifts that we're being given. And as a business
Yeah.
owner, you have to focus on every single gift that you're given because we're so busy all the time. And busy doesn't always mean productive. So when you're just being busy, you're not giving yourself enough time to listen to your intuition. So take
Yeah.
that downtime, take the time to meditate, take the time to even just lay in bed a couple of extra minutes in the morning and just ask a question to the universe. Hey, what am I supposed to know about today? She'll tell you. She will absolutely tell you. You might not like it, but she'll tell you, right? Like,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
have to trust yourself. You absolutely have to trust yourself. Your ideas are great. Even if they're not for the right here and now, they're great.
Absolutely. Like the amount of ideas I've had, and I've actually got myself a shiny ideas list. I put all the ideas on and they just sit there because if I don't, I just do them and then I get distracted. So I've got a
Yep.
shining ideas list that when I have time to look at it, then I can implement or go, no, that's ridiculous. You're not doing that.
No,
So
honestly, I have
yeah,
the same thing. Like I have it in my Google Drive and I'll just like sit there every once in a while, just add something to that list and look back at it and be like, that was an interesting idea. Don't think I'm ever going to do that, but hey, you know what? It came across for a reason. So eventually we're going to figure out what that means.
yeah, yeah. And who would you say you work with mostly?
So mostly I work with coaches, consultants, agency owners that have been in business for a minimum of about 5 years. And the reason why is because when you haven't been in business for 5 years yet, unfortunately, the failure rate is incredibly high, which means you just haven't been able to prove your model. So I like to work with people that have kind of been a little bit more established, but I also work on the opposite side of if you want to become a coach, I offer a training certification for coaches so that I can teach them not just coaching, but I teach them coaching. I teach them how to establish their business appropriately so that it can grow and scale and flourish. I teach them marketing. I teach them sales. I teach them all the ins and outs of everything they need so that they can have a good, profitable coaching business. Because unfortunately, most coaches do not treat their business like a business. They treat it as a job. They trade
Yeah,
their time for money. And when they are like, when there's out of balance at that point where there's like, they're realizing that they don't have enough money coming in and they're out of time, it's really hard to kind of re-regulate that, which is why there's so many businesses that fail. I teach you guys different ways of being able to come up with multiple streams of revenue, different ways of being able to have revenue coming in besides just from your coaching, because that's really important. And while you're training with me, I also give you the opportunity to start working with clients right away, show you how to get those clients, how to work with those clients, how to nurture those clients. So you're working with anywhere between 3 to 8 clients during the time of you actually training. And you're using that as training hours that you can go and get like your ICF credentials, for example, because you get enough training hours in and mentorship hours and coaching hours that you would need to be able to qualify for that.
yeah. Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your code word and what they'll get for that.
Absolutely. So I will tell you about what this is. So this is a great opportunity for anybody who has like really just they're not sure. They feel like their strategy is really off. I've been a strategist for 20 years and I absolutely love strategy, which I was told only crazy people love marketing and strategy, and I love both. So, jump into the crazy with me because you'll love it here, I promise. But what I do is I go over your operations, your marketing, your sales, your PR, and your implementation for the areas of strategy. So the things that you're currently doing. You fill out this evaluation and then you get on a free strategy call with me. Now, mind you, my strategy calls, I typically charge about $1,000 for a mini strategy session. So I'm giving this away for free instead. But it's going to be an opportunity for me to give you the insights and guidance that you need to be able to fix some of those problems that you're having inside of your business right now. Start kind of restructuring your strategy in those areas so that you can really start thriving in your business. So if you're interested, you can drop the word strategy in the comments below, and me and my team will reach out to you and get you that free gift.
I can say from experience, get on a call. The value I received from Suzanne when I had mine was epic. It set me up for a couple of really big months last year. And it was worth my time. And since then, we've been doing a few things together. So jump on that call. Don't take it for granted. Listen to what she has to say because it is gold. I
Thank
can't
you.
stress that enough. So I love this woman to bits. She's amazing. She's helped me so much. I want her to be able to help you too. So jump on one of those calls and make it worth your while because it really is.
Thank you. I love you to bits also.
But so thank you for joining me, Suzanne. If you are interested in one of these calls, drop strategy, and Suzanne and her team will come back to you and organize a time for you to have a chat to her. But yeah, definitely don't. If this is something you are really keen to fix in your business, if something's not working and you just don't know what your next move in that is, then definitely get in contact because it'll be worth your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
My absolute thank you for joining me, and I think there's now something brewing in my head that I want to do it with you as well. So this has
I
been
can't
worth your
wait.
time. All right. So thank you for joining me, Suzanne. I appreciate your time, and I will talk to you when I'm talking to you.
Sounds good. Bye for now, everyone.